Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. This tea has turned out to be one of my favorites that happened because I didn't have any of the tea and I looked into my tea stuff and found this, and suddenly I wonder, why has it been sitting there for so long and it's so good? Green tea plus fruity stuff like acai and pomegranate and blueberry, and it's really good actually, and it's now has become my daily tea and a habit, as whatever we do in life, enough of it constantly, we end up relying on it. That becomes our way of doing things, and before we know it, it becomes a habit. And that is what I want to talk to you guys about a little bit tonight. I hope you have accepted me as a friend who does have meaningful things to say sometimes. And it means well for you all. And has picked up this journey to help himself and others by what he's experienced in life, and research has proven to become helpful to many different people and situations. So if that is the case, then let me share with you some of the things that I want you guys to be a little bit more focused on. Every day I receive many emails, and I'm sure you all would know because some of these emails may have come from you who is watching this right now. And in the emails, some of them from the same person but different girlfriend or different relationship through the past few years, which tells me, and through those emails you guys ask for your situation to be, how you can handle it, how I can help you, and how you can see it, and what you should do, and all that and so forth. And I always have been, of course, as you know, done my best to respond to every one of your emails and help as much as I can with what I know about how the psyche works, and the thoughts and consciousness, and the role of our desires and ego and fears in this whole dilemmas or situations that sometimes we find ourselves swimming in. But the key for doing all these things, my purpose of spending so much effort and love to share these findings, which has been accumulated through the 60 years of my life, one way or another, either through direct research of some or through my own experiences and ability to analyze things and examine myself, explore my psyche, and understand. However, is that what you wanted to be your habit? Meaning, are you going to constantly ask for food when you become hungry, or will it be better if you learn how to cook? You know, there's the old saying that, you give a man a fish, he will live for a day, eat for a day, but you teach him how to fish, he will feed himself and his family for a lifetime. So my whole purpose and question tonight and discussion with you is that, are you hoping to constantly to be here and watch the videos, and then when there is a special situation for you and then you find yourself unable to handle it, then you need an affirmation and support and someone like me to be here. Well, I hope I will be here for 1,000 years to help you and also enjoy life as I love life. Spend time with my son and the things that I love, and my son is what I love, and other things that we can explore in life and learn, friends, family, activities, positive explorations, and things that we can create. But you know that is not, unfortunately, realistic, and it is best to know how to fish. It is best to know how to deal with these things on your own, rather than constantly hoping that I would be there with another video. Because during the past few years, almost every possible situation that we can think of that could come up in a breakup or a relationship, that we could think how to deal with it, perhaps, and we're still doing it, but perhaps has been covered through over 200 videos that I have on my channel. And we're still got a long way to go, because this matter of psyche and the conditioning and our consciousness and relationship between our thoughts and consciousness, the ego, desire, fears, and all the other things that makes us to be who we are and function and react and act the way we do, it's a long story. It's not going to be finished soon. And that is why I am asking you, what have you done to become a cook rather than just a person who eats the cuisine? Meaning, have you focused on how wonderful it will be if you actually learn about how the psyche works, so you wouldn't need me or the videos always to figure it out, but you know exactly what is happening with you and your psyche, and the role of your desire, ego, fears, and thoughts and consciousness, and the controller and controlled, and observer and observed. What is this and that, and perceiving, and reality and actuality. Isn't that better to know all these things within and become the book? Become the book of you, your own consciousness, how this machine works. To know it, so right at an instance, at the moment that something happens, you can actually know exactly what's going on and help yourself right at that point, rather than going through the suffering and all that, and then go try to find the video, which video, and all this so forth. I'm not saying don't watch the videos. Do watch them and make sure you say like. But that is why, on top of all these videos, I have created the recipe for you to become the cook, become that fisherman, to know what your psyche works. I mean, I have spent years to put together the books that I have put together, and over 1,000 of you, when I asked you how many of you would like to purchase these books and get to know about these things, you have all said. And then, okay, it was maybe a little bit difficult to send it overseas because the shipping is very expensive. So I turned them also all into ebooks, which is very, very nominal. And the purpose is not to make you to buy the books or the ebooks. The question is, why is it that you're not becoming a fisherman or making an effort to become a fisherman or the cook, meaning learning how this thing works rather than constantly wanting somebody to help you or describe it for you? Like if you want to learn math, you can't always have the teacher to do it for you. You got to learn all these, how it works, all these formulas and how they interact with each other, and they become the mathematician. So, not for my sake, for your sake, go on my site, the mindthatseekstruth.com, and see that there are books, the paper books, which if you can't, you see it a little bit too expensive because it's 600 pages and it has to be shipped, is about 1 kilo. So obviously it's going to have, something, somebody has to pay for it, and I'm doing it. So the price includes the shipping and all that. Either get that one to train yourself, or go for the 1/4 of the price, the cheaper one, the ebooks. And for to complete my journey, to complete my mission, learn them. Remember this book? It's there. It's got so much stuff in there for you to have a handbook. That's why it's called the handbook. So you can go through it and figure out what it is and then learn how your psyche works. The other one, that one was all about relationships. Of course, we've added a lot more through the videos, which you have this as a reference. If you can't find some scenario in the book, it's going to be there, and there's going to be a second book eventually. In a year or two, I'll put out the stuff that we added since that first book. But I want you to read that book, and I want you to have that handy to make you refer to it and become someone who can actually do the cooking, to know exactly how this thing works. The other one, as you know, is the Me, My Psyche, and I. There are lots of things here, over 360 pages, that you can ponder on, learn, and to become familiar with how this consciousness is put together, what things make it tick and what things annoy it, how these annoyance takes place, and so on and so forth. Again, another type of cooking, Dadbeh. And then transient thoughts and me, the thoughts that appear in your head, and it could be obnoxious to you, or it could be annoying to you, or it could be some things that you never thought of, something that you never wanted it to appear in your head, but it's there, and you want to know where is it coming from, what does it have to do with me. So all these things are there. And if the paper versions are expensive, well, the ebooks are not expensive. And again, it's not just for me gaining its monetary benefits from. I make my money through my regular 26 years been in a different industry, and these books are not designed to make me wealthy, but these are designed for you to enjoy reading them and learning what you may not have come across in your own studies or in your own journey in this life, and become a person who knows more about yourself. Isn't that all what it is all about? We can go do lots of things in life, but when we don't feel good, it's all about what's going on in our heads. And isn't that important for us to know how to deal with this thing? So these are the kind of information that you would want to know. And I suggest to you, go on my site, pick up an ebook, which is nominal, or also take a look at the seminar of The End of Fear that I put together in one of the universities, local universities. It's 1 hour. It's like very nominal fee. But these are the things that opens your eyes and mind to how the psyche works, what are your powers, how you can deal with things, and become the person that you can become, independent of me, independent of the videos, and be the painter, the artist of your own drawing. Be the mechanic of your own machine. And that's the whole purpose of all this time that we are spending, and I'm spending, you and I spending together, going through this journey for the past few years and learning and exploring what we have been doing together. So please do take a moment, understand what I'm saying. All these books are available, and these are how I would like to fulfill my life, about the kind of contribution I can make as life has taught me what it has taught me, and the masters 100 years before me who pioneered these subjects, and I could learn from their findings and add my own findings and share it with you, and you become something special about knowing about your own mechanics of your consciousness, and be free from all these fears that happens to come to us by this version or that version, this situation, that person and that condition, and this and that and so forth. I think that would be something that you may want to take a look at and ponder on, and we'll talk about some other subjects soon. In the meantime, have a wonderful day or evening, and hope to talk to you soon.